I have returned once again today to deliver a stream of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. Is Twitch dying today? Is Twitch just not working? Oh, no it is. I think it's working. I think we're good to go. I like to believe we are. So yes, I actually have returned to actually episode 21 of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind, and as we know, episode 20 definitely did not actually happen. I must say, Jesus Christ. Oh boy. that was not a kind episode. We actually have entered the court of the Crimson King, and it was most certainly quite the entrance, I must say. I was like, boy, they did, in theory, go all out with the episode. It was absolutely incredible. I was like, I have been dreading that arc to happen, and it hurt. I was like, their productions did a good job. So I actually can't see how I actually can't wait to see how well they actually do the rest of this whole entire arc as well. Because it's just like, oh, it's gonna be good. So, anyways, actually put into actually gone live. So, gone live for JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. Episode 21. And with that, I believe we are most certainly good to go. I like to believe, can I believe? On that front, we most certainly are. On this front, hello, how's it going? Oh, are we good to go now? We most certainly are. Let's actually see what happens in episode 21 of JoJo Part 5. So it's actually put into full screen to get shown on the road. So in 3, 2, 1. Let's actually start the thing absolutely now. Oh man, episode 20 though. It was I always will say it. I always commend something to actually hurt me twice, because it's actually quite hard to actually kind of feel emotion twice, and JoJo does it quite well. Like, I'm just like, damn, that hurts. It was just staged so beautifully as well, I must say. They actually did the whole entire episode amazingly. Like, just from the setup to the actual whole entire event, it's just Buonissimo. Buonissimo JoJo. Not Buonissimo ending, but Buonissimo JoJo. So I can't wait to actually see what actually doesn't really happen for the rest of this arc. Oh man. I love Part 5. Hello. Yeah, the actual sound effects were amazing. The sound design in Part 5 is incredible actually. Like, it's one of the more kind of like underappreciated kind of things about Part 5. But the sound design's incredible. It's like they went, you know what? Part 5, sound effects, boom. You're like, good job. Good. I really cut my finger trying to clip my fingers just then. God damn it. Good job, their productions. That really hurt. Jesus. We must hug the Good Luck Bruno curtains, though. We must hug them, because we need all the luck. Social support Bruno curtains. It is indeed at this point. They've evolved from the Good Luck Bruno curtains to the emotional support Bruno curtains. Ah! He said bizarre. Oh my god, show that to me again. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's actually incredible. Basically, in layman's terms, you're screwed, fam. You're absolutely screwed. He also take a moment to actually kind of like just understand how terrifying King Crimson actually is in the anime. Because he's terrifying, but Jesus Christ. He literally just cut through my boy. Boy, it's got JoJo'd. Come on, Bruno, I believe in you. We all believe in you, Bruno. You also got to appreciate Bruno. The boy's walking through being completely, like, just sliced through his goddamn arm. The boy's walking through it. He's just... It's that perfect. Uh-oh. Oh no, they've given him the JoJo swag. They've given him the JoJo swag! Against the law, I say. You cannot give King Crimson the JoJo swag. It's against the law. This is absolutely incredible so far. Oh my god. He is 200% angry. The boy is angry. He actually angered King Crimson. He actually angered King Crimson. That's impressive. The JoJo man cannot go. The JoJo man cannot go. These aren't good luck Bruno curtains anymore, boys. They emotionally support Bruno curtains. They emotionally support me in these times. Ooh. That was amazing. That was amazing. Gotta admit, that was amazing. So you can't harm the JoJo swag. It's impossible. It's impossible to harm the JoJo swag. Ow! It's actually honestly one of the coolest twists in JoJo, to be honest. Because if we basically change the dynamic of the whole entirety of the part for the rest of it now because of this whole entire event, it's actually quite well done. I mean, even Fugo stepping off the step just then, actually was a really subtle character moment. Him just kind of not wanting to even be on the same plane as him at that point. It's actually kind of this whole entire scene's really well done. I've always liked this scene so much because it's one of those things that it kind of reinforces certain things, while then change the dynamic at the exact same time. I love that man so much. I love him so much. How can you not like Abakio? He's just the boy. He is the boy. Man, the night's just breaking my heart. Like, really badly. Night's just so adorable. They really nailed that whole entire scene. Like, absolutely incredibly done. Oh. 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 Oh, wait. Is it break next week? Is there a break next week? Hold up a second. I thought they probably would. I thought, would they break next week because of the fact is it's the whole event, but Oh man, that's a good. That's a. I can't actually. Can't fault them. If it's a break note, so I actually can't fault them. That's actually a really freaking good place to kind of just break on for a bit. Oh my god, that episode's brilliant. The episode's incredible, I must say. They really did nail the whole scene between the squad and Bruno, really, because it's a tall task, really, when you think about it. The whole entirety of this show is left with this one moment, and it's kind of in a way come crashing down, but then it's kind of rebuilt something else in its own place. And it's actually kind of interesting. It's one of the more interesting kind of events that actually are to do with the actual main antagonist, in a way. Like, it's actually quite interesting because they now understand, they've got an idea what's going on here, but at the same time they're like, well, we just can't defeat them at this point. We've got to know something about them before we actually even go there. But it's one of those things that you kind of have to admire Bruno's actual kind of character, because again, at that point, you would honestly say, well, there's nothing I can do here. What do I do at this point? But he doesn't give up. He's like, I have to continue. I have to go on forward and actually kind of figure out what the hell's going on here and actually figure out who he actually is. And I kind of you have to admire him, because he's probably the best Joe Bro, like, in JoJo's history, probably besides Gyro Zeppeli himself. But he's such an amazing character. I absolutely adore his character, because again, it's one of those things that in the manga I actually really did like him, but in the anime he just takes on a whole entire different kind of persona. He's just eloquently done, to the point that even his like dialogue actually is raised by the fact his voice actor actually can, in theory, just deliver the best performance for him. I can't get past how good the script is in this show. The script is absolutely incredible, and the voice actors do such a good job as well. And you actually can understand where Figure's coming from as well. It's one of those things, again, like, all this has actually happened, and it's quite like one of those things. It's so sudden, like, but you do know what's going to happen if you continue like this. It's just one of those things. I liked there was a really subtle moment during the actual stream itself, like the idea of when Figure took his foot off the same step as Bruno. It's one of those things that you can actually honestly say, it's like, in a way, he feels betrayed, because again, this is a place he kind of called home, and now he's actually a traitor to the actual place he's kind of been a part of. It's one of those things. He's like, what do I do now? So how do I feel towards this whole entire event? It was actually quite nicely done with that whole step off. It's a very subtle moment, but again, it's one of those things that, unless it was just there for a reason, it was actually kind of focused on quite heavily. But yeah, it was just, I like the whole entire scene, because again, it's one of those things that reinforces the impact Bruno had on certain characters as well. The whole thing with Bacchio as well, how Bacchio does in 3 see Bruno, everyone else sees Bruno as well, and the whole thing with Anantia as well. I just thought it was one of those things that, again, it highlights the main thing with Bruno's character, this idea of how Bruno does in theory impact these characters, the idea of how Nanchia's like, if you order me to do this, it makes me feel it more at ease, because I guess in a way there's something with Nanchia's character, and Nanchia hasn't had that sense of freedom, like in essence him kind of thinking for himself, and in that context he's kind of like, Christ, what do I do? Like, I haven't thought about this myself. If I don't go through this, will they hate me? If I go through this, what will something happen to me? It's one of those things you do in free see why he doesn't free say, look, just tell him what to do, because he's always lived by that mantra, and actually kind of then to actually be like, oh crap, what do I do now? It's one of those things. It would in free take anyone back a bit, and actually come back and go, Christ, what the hell do I do at this point? But yeah, I like the fact that at the end of it, he realises that him and Trish are quite one and the same. The idea of what actually happened to him, because again, what happened to them, because again, it just kind of highlights the fact these characters do very have this idea of kind of like the yin and yang in that whole entire context. Like the whole thing with Banana Fish, how it kind of had the opposites in its own way. The whole thing with Bruno and John, or the whole thing now with Trish and Anantia, is really well done. I like it a lot, how they actually kind of highlight those issues. But yeah, I mean, it was just, I can't get past how good the episode was. It was just brilliant, I must say. The music was incredible as well. I mean, Anantia gave an amazing kind of like one of those speeches as well. It was good, I must say. Kind of felt like the first season of MHA at one point as well. I was like, I feel like I've seen this before somewhere else. It's like, yeah, MHA. But I mean, yeah, it was just and the sound design. I said during the stream, the sound design's very kind of underrated in the show, because it's really freaking good. Like the actual the actual like idea of how they utilize sound in this show is incredible. The whole thing with King Crimson as well, just all those things in that whole entire scene just mounted to be this kind of amazing like showcase of just like, man, like it's just one thing. Like the stand is one thing, what the stand can actually do is another. And actually how they portray the actual stand doing said thing just elevates the actual stand beyond just being just like any old stand. It kind of creates its own identity in the actual show itself. And in some cases, the actual way they portray the actual stand to actually be in the show doesn't actually kind of stick with you more often than if it just was just there without any sound design behind it. It's one of those things that it just kind of elevates the stands being just normal stands. It kind of elevates them being their own kind of character in a way. Actually kind of existing in this world. The same thing happened with Moody Blues as well. And a couple of other stands as well in this part as well. But Moody Blues and I guess King Crimson have the kind of the upper echelon of that whole entire idea. But yeah, I mean, again, going back to the whole entire idea, Bruno's an amazing character. I can't say anything else about him other than that, because he literally is incredible. He's one of those characters you have to admire. Like, he even walked through an entire, like, cut through the whole entire arm as well. Just like, nah, it's fine, I'm a JoJo character. I'm the JoJo man, I can do this. And it's just, man, it's good. So yeah, I mean, JoJo part, kind of this episode to make me realise I actually kind of think this part is the best part, to be honest. I just kind of think this actually is the best part. Like, it just, it has everything. Like, part 7 and this one, are probably like kind of tying at number 1. Probably including 6 as well, I don't know. It's just 5, 6, 7 just like the best ones. It's really hard to pinpoint the best one, but I think part 5 just slowly creeps beyond it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, even King Crimson as well. I've got to admire the actual animators as well, because it actually did in theory bring King Crimson to life so freaking damn well, and it actually did in theory feel like, it felt like that whole entire scene made your blood pump as well. You're like, god damn, like King Crimson's terrifying. Like, he's terrifying in the actual manga because you're like, what the hell's going on here? But in the anime, he takes on a different persona. He's just like even more terrifying. He's just like, god, you're like, get me out of here, get me off this crazy train, get me off the JoJo train, okay? I don't want to be on this JoJo train anymore. But yeah, I mean, I can't fault the show in any way. I love how they just do the use of dichotomy or the yin and the yang as well. I love it because it's so omnipresent in the show itself, and it's actually kind of, it takes slow. It appears at crucial moments. I actually do appreciate it. The idea of how the opposites do in theory kind of align with each other. The idea of like the idea of the dichotomy between Bruno and Giorno, how it's actually kind of been in theory clouded in this episode as well. That whole entire prospect as well. It was really well done. Like, how they actually kind of utilize the protagonist in this episode. Actually, now they, in theory, share that kind of limelight once again. It's one of those things that Bruno kind of takes over the whole entire protagonist's actual kind of persona, but in the other context, it's just kind of equally shared, and I actually really appreciate it. It's just really well done how they actually utilize the idea of protagonist in the show, because not one clear-cut one. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that Fugo's character is one of those ones you can endlessly analyze, because you're like, is he right? Isn't he right? What could have happened if he actually stayed on? Who knows? Yeah. Yeah. That whole entire thing is unnerving. Like, the whole King Crimson's unnerving in general, but it's just I don't like King Crimson at all. Just, this part is kind of terrifying sometimes, but yeah, I mean, this whole entire episode doesn't really change the dynamic the show actually had, because in theory, as I said beforehand, you kind of always feared what could have happened to protagonist in this actual part, in a sense of what's happening with the actual stand attacks. But now you're more so, because of the whole entire idea of what's actually happened in this episode. Like, it kind of changes your perception of what does in theory happen later. This whole entire idea of what stand fights themselves do in theory entail or mean. It's one of those things that now they kind of feel like it's not just them fighting to find out what's going on here. Is them fighting for survival. Like, it's them fight not to die. It's actually kind of terrifying. It just changes this whole entire thing. Your unnervingness, not even a word, just kind of elevates beyond the point of just like, please just get me out of here. I just don't like this at all. But yeah, I mean, good JoJo, buonissimo JoJo. So yeah, that is me done for today. So actually, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on Twitch, then do indeed follow, because indeed it's something quite a bit. You will then see these streams live And as well, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream on YouTube and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed does something quite a bit. If you haven't enjoyed it on YouTube and you do want to leave a sub, did I say like? I did say like beforehand. If you want to, if you haven't enjoyed this whole entire stream, you actually want to stay a bit longer after the whole entire point, then do and leave a sub, because indeed does something quite a bit. If you haven't enjoyed it here on YouTube and you want to stay a bit longer after the whole entire point, then do and follow me on Twitter, because indeed does something quite a bit. On there, you actually know the streams go live, and the streams I do as well. Actually, if you don't have a Twitter account but do have Discord, I have a Discord server as well. Actually, there's a free 20 streams go live, and the other streams I do as well. The next episode 22 of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.